there is nothing in the path of light, there would be no shadows. Is this existence creates shadows, and existence is reality. Therefore, shadows are real.
Hmm.
Said to have malicious intent towards humans, and some even believe they have a dark agenda against mankind. Today we explore the paranormal entities known as shadow people, creatures of darkness. Shadow people, or shadow beings, is a paranormal phenomenon in which people have claimed to see shadows that resemble the general human form. These beings have no facial features and are said to be genderless, though very few people have claimed to see shadow beings that do resemble a certain gender. Some even resemble small children. These beings lurk about in an unseen dimension and are usually seen in the corner of one's eye. Once people spot them and look over in the shadow's direction, the being is gone. These beings are often seen running across rooms, standing right beside you, or standing at the end of a hallway staring you down. While most shadow people are pitch black, some are a dark or light gray, and some are just a creepy pale white. Different shadow beings' speeds also vary. While most fade into nothing once looked at, there are a few cases of ones that are spotted and for a brief moment glare at you with eyes that look as if reflecting light, and then run off into a shadowy area trying to escape. The most harmful cases of these encounters aren't even the ones during day-to-day life. Usually when shadow people are spotted during the daytime, they aren't harmful, at least not in that moment. The most frightening encounters with these spirits are at night when you're asleep. This experience is known as sleep paralysis. People all across the world and from every culture have told stories of waking up in the middle of the night, completely paralyzed, only able to move their eyes. They look over and spot a tall, dark figure lurking in the corner watching them. The creature then
Oops.
slowly walks over to where they're sleeping and starts to strangle them, relentlessly pressing up against their victim's chest while doing so. People report that it's extremely hard to breathe even in the midst of desperately trying to grasp for air. Fighting for what feels like their life, they struggle until they manage to forcefully wake up to full waking consciousness. This experience is so common, not only are there countless stories of it here on YouTube, but you probably even know someone who's been through this terrifying encounter. Typical shadow people aren't the only thing people see during sleep paralysis. There are a few rare instances where two beings in particular have been seen. One being the encounter with what's known as the Hat Man. People have told of a tall, dark man wearing what looks like a trench coat and a hat, and some have even told of him having red eyes. The
Oh,
second,
they're great eyes.
a being that's known as the Old Hag, is this hideously deformed elderly woman that slowly climbs up into your bed, crawls on top of your chest, and leans in on you, looking down at you dead in the eyes. While she stares into your soul, there's nothing you can do but scream on the inside. There are also other things that happen during these occurrences that are strange and out of the ordinary, even in a sleep paralysis setting. Some people see the shadowy person right by them off to the side, and then once the entity is spotted, it glides off, hovering near the ceiling, fleeing into the other side of the room like a wraith. Certain shadow people are reported to emanate bizarre orb-like sounds, and some victims even report hearing a growling-type sound near them as they lay in their bed helpless. Over time, a lot of people have theorized on what these day and night events really are. Skeptics have scoffed at the idea of sleep paralysis and shadow people in general, claiming that it's just a form of night terrors, anxiety, or just the result of taking antidepressants, though most people who actually have these experiences claim otherwise, especially in the case of those who experience sleep paralysis. They claim that sleep paralysis and night terrors are two entirely different things altogether. For those who do believe these are actual beings that exist on a certain level, the theories of who and what these things are differ greatly. Most people who have had these experiences, along with some sort of religious background, believe these shadow people are demons from hell sent by the devil to cause suffering and to turn people away from the faith. On the flip side, other people with religious backgrounds see these beings as angels who are here to watch over us, whether it be to protect us or guide us in life. These people believe that shadow beings, or angels in their eyes, are here for more positive reasons. People in the UFO communities theorize that shadow beings are actually extraterrestrials using alien technology to generate portals that they can use to jump through to spy on the human race, and that spotting a shadow person is a result of some sort of alien technology malfunction. Along the lines of alien-like creatures are reptilians. Some conspiracy theorists think these shadow being cases only reinforce the idea that reptilian entities are here to possess the people mainly in control of our world for the reptilians' own agenda. Shadow people are also viewed to be ghosts, simply souls who endured certain trauma in the time they were alive, and since then haven't fully passed on into the afterlife. The problem with this theory is that ghosts are described as human spirits fully clothed, resembling quite accurately what the person looked like when they were alive. Shadow people, as mentioned, are quite vague in appearance and are usually off doing their own thing, while ghosts seem to be specifically trapped to a certain place, object, or even a specific person. There's also a theory that's a combination of the ghost concept and the angel theory, that it's actually our ancestors watching over and guiding us, remaining mostly undetected. And some people, due to the Hatman case,
there's more. It's coming. It caught up to itself.
No.
And maybe not. Now I'm having computer problems. Again. Hey.
believe that these are actually time travelers that are sent here to research and learn from humanity's past and are able to pass through time and space while remaining unnoticed. Another theory that closely resembles this is that these figures are the result of an alternate reality. And the one I most agree with personally is that these shadows are actually vampiric spirits who feed off of people's negative emotions and pain, that they're part of some sort of darker dimension of the astral realm.
So what do you think about that, Jed?
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That was a lot of good information there on that.
I've run across another one too that kind of sort of in the way says the same thing, but these guys have categorized them into different types. Let me see. It says, okay, what are they? I've studied the shadow people phenomena for the past decade and have come to the conclusion the term shadow people is a catch-all for entities that exhibit certain characteristics, but their origins can be widely different. Through research and personal experiences, we have categorized these creatures by behavior. The first one is benign shadows. It says shadow peoples that seem to travel briefly through a person's life. I saw these entities as a child. They appeared to walk with purpose through my room, never acknowledging me and never straying from their path. I've never felt an unholy fear, just the fear of watching a dark human-shaped trespasser walk past my bed. The next category is negative shadows. It says, although these shadow people tend to simply lurk, they are associated with a feeling of unnatural terror. The next category is red-eyed shadows. These entities are always negative, but stare at experiencers with blazing red eyes. Victims often say they feel this creature feed from their fears. Wow. Next one is hooded shadows. Dressed as an ancient monk, people who encounter these shadow people feel a deep rage, bubbling, I can pull it out, behind the dark crown. The last one is the Hat Man. This entity is the most curious, dressed in a fedora and sometimes appearing to wear an old-time business suit. The Hat Man appears to people in cultures all across the planet. It also says shadow people may be demonic entities, ghosts, or interdimensional travelers, or other denies of the dark realm we call the unknown. Regardless of their label, shadow people could very well be more than just one type of being. I'm not going to say this guy's name, but he's an author, has studied the paranormal for more than 50 years and agrees there are many possible explanations for shadow people. I would say that experiencers are seeing all of the above and giving it the name of shadow people. Whatever these entities are, they're shocking to those who see them. A gray sheet of cloud stretched across the sky as 12-year-old Doug ran to the corner store. It was an overcast but not raining, and in the middle of the afternoon, Doug said. The shadowless, and decades later, he still doesn't know what he saw on his way home from the store. Arms laden with food, at first he thought it was his friend. As I approached the corner to turn into my street, I saw something black sticking behind the bushes in the front of my house. Doug yelled out, "Andre," and started running toward the driveway where the bushes are. The dark figure wasn't his friend Andre. A black-shaped shadow grew from behind the bushes in this quiet afternoon and began running toward Doug's house. After a few steps, I saw the shadow running down my driveway toward the backyard, he said. I ran up the driveway to the gate that led to my backyard. I couldn't believe my eyes. Doug said he stood at his gate as a black shadow in the shape of a man ran across his yard and disappeared through a fence. I was shocked. I couldn't stop thinking about it. This thing, what could it be? Why was it black when most stereotypes, typical stories, said that ghosts were white? Could this be demonic? Could it be like me, just a person? What did Doug see? A ghost? A demon? A dimensional traveler? Or was it all in his mind? Says science. I've been visited by what I presume to be the same shadow 3 times in my life, and the memories have haunted me ever since. When I was 6, I saw it at my dad's new house, towering over my bed. I couldn't move, and I didn't remember what happened next. All I remember is trying to scream, but there was this horrible weight on my chest.